connecting and sharing. It's what our lives have become, and for over a year now, the Afrikaans-speaking locals have had their crack at networking with a rising startup. It's called Toeter, and it's an Afrikaans-only social media platform that debuted applications in both the Apple App Store and in Google Play Store.
Well, 4.5 years ago, I was walking around and thinking, why don't we have a social media platform? I was in America in 1999 when the internet was already big and people used it for everyday lives and it wasn't just a word. And somebody gave a lecture there and spoke about 24/7. I didn't know what it meant. So I thought, wow, this is wrong. I must find out what it is. But quickly I worked it out, 24/7. Since that time, I've always loved the internet because I like new things and what is around the next 7 corners.
Now Toeter wants you to toot in English, as they're planning an English language version in the hope of gaining an even wider audience.
So we started as a social media platform in Afrikaans because even the English kids were listening to Afrikaans songs at that time. And we said, well, if we do it in South Africa, let's use a group and see how they respond to it. And that was social media. So during that process in the last 4 years was really the big birth and adoption of mobile media. Everything went mobile. So we're mobile first now. We have apps. And also, of course, you know, it is a South African product built here from zero to hero. So we said, well, let's also get the road signs up in English. End of June, you'll be able to travel. Road signs in English. You can speak whatever language you want to if you enter some content on the platform. But it will be for everybody in South Africa, and we hopefully would love to be into Africa as soon as possible.
Just as you would find on Twitter, Toeter will present you with popular hashtags. There's a search bar in the top right-hand corner and the usual write-a-post configuration. You have just 160 characters to have your say. Starting to sound familiar?
Well, we use the @ sign, just like Twitter uses as well, in front of your handle or your rim for the algorithms to be able to identify that you're using or you're speaking to someone directly, and so it can actually hyperlink it to that user's profile, just to make the user experience a bit friendlier and easier to access. Then we also make use of hashtags. Again, it helps us identify what you're actually tooting about and what are you talking about. It helps other users identify media, pictures, and find the content that they're looking for a bit easier. For Afrikaans, we're a bit longer-winded, so we upped it a bit to 160 characters, and we're still getting requests to up it a bit. But yes, we're definitely looking at it. We're still throwing the ideas around, maybe making it a bit longer still.
That we had after a year about, I think, 50,000 roughly. Those were Afrikaans people, and they were mainly on the internet, because on a computer, because our apps are, the one is 1 month old, the other one is 2 months old. So but in a month's time, it's now 70-30. I think it's probably 60-40. So 60% is on the computers and 40% is already on mobile apps. So we reckon that we will have, by the end of next year, 1 million users in South Africa. Of them, I guess, maybe we double the people on computers, but that means you could have 900,000 people on mobile phones.
With the introduction of an English language version app, the team of Toeter are also expecting to venture into online video streaming with Toeter TV, again mimicking Twitter's Periscope function.
They will have a homepage where you have magnets, so you can watch Bliksem in English, which is breaking news, or you can have your favorite soccer team if you want to. Our platform, including m-commerce, is really a combination of what you would find on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube, on Instagram, on Pinterest, on lots of things. It's a combination. Therefore, it's a mobile media platform, and it's really a next generation, because you know what? Since the inception of Facebook and Twitter, the world has really moved on a little bit.
Toeter started off mainly text-based. Even though there was a lot of visual media on there, rich media already existed on Toeter, we realized we had to make the process of consuming the rich media a lot easier, such as your images, such as your video. You can't just talk about a video, you need to show the thumbnail of the video. Consumers are very exposed to so many visuals, and text these days can't compete with the visual media as well anymore. Yet we still can't share and disseminate the media as easy as we can text. It doesn't work as well on search engines. As such, Toeter puts in a lot of time. We still have a lot of work to do there, and as such, we bring in more media, such as the TV, such as radio, and will soon all fit into a single little toot.
So toeter is basically Afrikaans Twitter, and it's great if you want to be immersed in the language, but other than that, it doesn't really add anything new to the social media scene.
Still, it's a great homegrown build where you can be sure you'll be understood, even if you only have 160 characters to have your say. Watch this space.